So this is an interesting story. Allen Iverson partied for 72 hours straight and still won the 2001 All-Star Game MVP. Yes, that really happened, and let me tell you about some of the details on that I was able to dig up. In 2001, Allen Iverson was having a heck of a year while averaging 29.7 points per game before the All-Star Game. The All-Star break was a shorter time than it is these days when we have a whole week off of basketball. For that All-Star weekend, which took place in DC, Allen Iverson made some crazy plans for himself and his crew. He always had a ton of people following him around. You see, Allen Iverson went to Georgetown University, which is also located in DC. Iverson had many friends in the area, and so he decided to go a little crazy. Iverson and his entourage visited clubs, crashed college parties, and more. Not all of it was in the media, and believe me, this wasn't just drinking during those parties. At the end of it all, Allen Iverson hasn't slept for 72 hours straight. That's 3 days. The partying ended right before the All-Star Game practice, and yes, we're talking about practice. The 2001 All-Star Game was super competitive, one of the most competitive All-Star Games ever, and ended with a score of 111 to 110. And the East winning while being led by Iverson with 25 points, 5 assists, and 4 steals in only 27 minutes of play. Everybody was saying we couldn't win because of our size. It's not about size, it's about the size of your heart, Iverson said after the game. Coming into the fourth quarter, we were all sitting on the sidelines saying, why not us? Why can't we be the ones to come back from a 19-point deficit in an All-Star game? Iverson won the MVP of that game after not sleeping for 72 hours, drinking, and probably more. He was probably hungover during the game itself. Years ago, when I was in high school, I was hungover during a game at a tournament we went to, and I remember having energy to spare during that game. I just couldn't get tired. He might have felt the same thing. Everyone might take that differently. Of course, I didn't party before for 72 hours. Allen Iverson, just 2 days after the All-Star Game, went out and scored 49 points against the Bucks on February 13th. He finished that game with 53% field goal percentage. He did have 5 turnovers though. Iverson would end up also winning MVP for that NBA season and reaching the NBA Finals, where he and his 76ers lost to the Los Angeles Lakers in 5 games. Allen Iverson has been inducted into the NBA Hall of Fame in 2016 and is an NBA legend. As he himself said, since his early basketball days, he had always been doubted and had to prove himself. There were always questions if he's good enough, if he's strong enough, if he's fast enough, but Allen Iverson's nickname states, he always had the answer.